All right, this is Smart here, and I want to welcome you to Tech Immersion Day 8. Wow, it has been a lot from day 1 to day 7, and then this is day 8. And we have been able to really immerse ourselves into tech as we've seen a lot of technology. We've seen different frameworks, we've seen libraries, we've seen programming languages, we've seen UI UX, we've seen our Figma, we've seen Adobe XD. At least someone was able to show us some few things regarding all those things. And today we are still on day 8 as we are exploring, some another aspect. I don't think anyone has ever talked about Python as a programming language. Although we've seen someone using Matplotlib inside of Django, we've seen Diary app inside of in Django and the likes, but we've not really checked Python as a language itself. And then we begin to explore the things that Python could do, the things that we can, build with our Python language. And then we have someone here that is going to, explain some of all those things to us. And I'm very delighted because she's going to be building something robust for us that's going to cover a whole lot of aspects regarding Python. She's going to be talking about Python itself. She's going to be talking about the loop, the while loop. She's going to be talking about the file handling. She's going to be talking about the error handling. She's going to be dealing with functions, dealing with a lot of things. So I think this is, a robust app. When I was saying the app, I was like, wow, this is robust. And I'm believing that we are going to be able to capture a lot of things inside of this one application that she'll be building because it is really, really superly packed. And quickly, and we have amidst us this afternoon in person of Adenisola. Can you say hi?
Afternoon.
Yeah, good
My name
afternoon.
is
Well,
Adresa.
yeah, welcome. So she's going to be showing us a lot of things regarding Python itself. At least I'm already anticipating because I know it's going to be a lot that we are going to get from her. So you are really welcome. We are happy to have you here to, show us some couple of things regarding Python. And we are so much delighted to have you on Tech Immersion on our day 8. So you are really welcome. So over to you, Ma. You can just give us your name and then give us the overview. First, show us what you want to build, and then you can start immediately. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Good afternoon. My name is Adresa Launibudu. I'm going to be building a grading app today using file handling that will accept the details of students and save it into a file that is named by the user. So from here, you can see that when we type in the name of the file, let's say file, it will add txt to it from here, then create the file right here in the folder. Then if you input the number of students, let's say 2, it will ask for the student's name, the score of the students, then it will grade it right here. Then for the second student, then it will save everything inside this file right here. So to start with, we'll create a new file. Folder rather. We can call it score. So the first thing we'll do is to create a new file, score.py, Python file. Now, since I want it to be saved into a file that the user is going to name by itself, so we start with file name equals to So from this, it is going to ask us here to name the file as an input. Then to make sure that the file is going to be a text file, we add .txt to it. That will make sure that the file that is created is going to be a text file. Now, to open the file, the mode equals to A. That means to append whatever we are going to add to it, to the file. Now we start with the name of the student, name, input, student's name. Now to start, to grade the students, we are going to use our if statement. If, oh, sorry, we first have to ask for the score of the students, excuse me. Score float. Now, if our score is less than or equals to 100, the grade should be excellent. We have to put a range for the score, for avoid it clashing with the other grades. So if it's 80 less than equals to score less than equals to 100. Then the grade should be excellent. Then elif 60 like equals score less than equals 79. Grade should be equals to or instead of this, we can just use copy. So this should be 40, 59, then 0, 59. should be full. So, or else anything apart from this should print invalid score. Let's put 0 and 100. Then, then after this, it should print the grade. Then we should add it to the file. Mm. So, excuse me. We can name the file grades. Then to save the file here, grades.txt. Then student name is the score should be 78. Then it's going to grade it here. Then when we check the file, the student details will be here. But what if we enter something else for the student score, like 150 above 100? The invalid score, enter a score between 0 and 100. It won't print, and it will just end the code right there. So to correct this, we can use our while statement to make sure that the code runs until anything here has been used. So from student name, while true, should try everything here. And if else is something is wrong with it, it will keep running the code until everything has been fulfilled. Then after this, it will break here. Then after I add to the file, it will break. Then it will accept value error. But I want the code to run according to amount of students that are going to be there. So for number of students, we input an integer. So, next one. Last one. Everything here should run. Number of students. Student name. Then score. If it puts letters, it's invalid inputs. If it puts the correct score, then it asks for the second student score. should save it inside the file. Ayo Ambumi. So from here, put again. Wait. So for number of students, if we put a negative number of students like 0 or -9, it is not meant to run. It's going to cut off right there. And if we put letters instead, it will give a value error because we need an integer for the number of students. So to correct this error, we'll use another while statement that while true, number of students. Then if the number of students is less than or equals to 0, should print out must number. We don't put the positive integer. If it's as long as the answers are wrong, it will continue running the code again. Then break should accept value error. Please impute the value. So this should make sure that the number of students, no matter the what the person puts, it will keep running. To try that, name our file, number of students. If you put -9, invalid number. If you put 0, invalid number. So we have to put a valid number of students for it to run. Okay, the code is breaking. Then we okay. So that's all for the code. There are no more errors. Any questions, please?
Okay, quick one. Sorry, I think you did a lot of things there. Can you just, break it down again and just explain it from the beginning, how you did it, the try, because I'm seeing a lot of while, a lot of try, a lot of except, break. Can you just explain the code all over again?
Okay, sir. So the code starts with this, that it's to accept inputs for file name of the user. The user will input the name of any name they want. They can name the file whatever they want. Whatever the user wants, you can name the file. Then this will make sure that this plus txt is going to save the file as its text file here. Then this line is to activate the file, and mode A means to append whatever we're going to do in this code into the file good.txt. So this while true statement is for the number of students that we're going to input. In case the user inputs an invalid number, like negative, because we can't have negative number of students or just 0 students. So it's make sure the code runs unless a valid number of students is inputted here. So for here, if you put minus 65, invalid number, and if you put 0, is an invalid number of students. So it's keep running until you put a valid number. Then this I equals a while statement for I less than number of students. For the amount of students the number of students, if you put 2 here, it will only run the code twice for two students. If you put 10, it will run for 10 students and not more than that. So for here, every time it runs the code, it will ask for the student name and the student score. And these are the available options. When the student gets from 80 to 100, excellent, 60 to 79, very good, and so on. And if the person inputs a number that is not within the range of 0 to 100, it will print invalid score. Make it more precise. We can add 0 to 100 here so that the person will know that the limit for the scores is from 0 to 100. Then our while statement is to make sure that if there's the person inputs a number that is above 100 or below 0, it will keep running the code over. Then it will print out the grade. And this file.write is to append the data that has accumulated into the file good.txt. So for number of students 2, we can give them any name. For student score, if you put, as I said earlier, if you put less than 0, like minus 98, invalid score. And if you put above 100, it will give an invalid score. Also, this try statement and except value error is if case because according to here we put floats, that means the number you have to put can be an integer or a float. If you put anything else like string, it will give you invalid inputs. So you have to put a valid score for it to continue. And it will print out the grade, the student grade, and append whatever is there to the file. This I plus equals to 1 is a continuation of this while I is less than number of students. So make sure it runs according to the amount of, like every time it runs, it will add 1 to the, so when I is equals to 0, if it runs the code once, it will add 1 to it and start all over again until I is less than number of students. The moment I is above the number of students, the code will cut off because it won't run anymore since the statement is no longer true. That's all.
All right, thank you very much for that. I think we've been able to get a lot of things, and I personally have been able to see a lot of things. And okay, there's one part of the code where we have a nested while loop, that is a while inside of another while. Yeah, I think yeah, right there. So while at the top, and then a while inside of a while. That's a nested while, and that's a lot of things there. All right, so thank you very much for coming. I don't know, is there anybody that has a particular question? Likon, do you have any questions for her before she leaves us? All right, so I guess there's no. Okay, okay. What's that? Let's
I
hear
have no
you.
question.
Okay, no question. All right, no
No
problem.
question.
All right, no problem.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. All right, so thank you very much,
Yes, sir.
Aderisola, for coming around for Tech Immersion Day Hit. And thank you for showing us a lot of things regarding Python. And we've been able to see the loop, we've been able to see while loop, we've been able to try, that's error handling, how we can handle our error. And then we have various ways in which we can handle our error, and we've been able to show us more, which is the value error. Yeah, thank you for that. And then we also have been able to explore our file handling, how we can handle file, and then how we can make use of the various ways in which we can open it with. So we can open a file to append into it, we can open a file to write, we can open a file to read, and you've been able to show that we can, the mode in which you use there is the append mode, where we are adding something inside of that file. Yeah, I think we've been able to get a lot of things. Thank you very much for coming around for Tech Immersion. We hope to have you maybe some other time and for another Tech Immersion, so you can still show us some more, more interesting thing in Python, more interesting thing, and more things, we can build within a short time as a developer or as a beginner or person still in the intermediate level. So thank you, Varo. Thank you for coming around for Tech Immersion Day Hit. Really value you. Thank you for this that you've done. Thank you very much. All right. So this is where we're going to end today's immersion. Till next day 9, we meet again. All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.